Okay.
This is my story.
This is my story.
This is my story.
This is my story.
Now without the nod.
This is my story.
This is my story.
Yay.
This is my story.
This is my story.
This is my story. Hi, I'm Sonja Ayton. You might see me around the church in various places. I'm on the praise team sometimes. I sit in the sound booth every once in a while with my husband. I am a deaconess and I do VBS decorating. So if you're around for VBS, you see me. I mostly teach high school girls during what's now our first service. So I attend second service, but I'm on the praise team for first service. So I end up going to both. Kevin and I got married in the middle of the summer, and the first thing on our agenda was to find a church home. I was telling one of my colleagues at work what was going on at this church, and she said, well, why don't you come to church with me? They're a very friendly church. And that was Cheryl Horn, who taught just downstairs from me, and she invited Kevin and I to come to church. You walked in the door, and it was a great big hug. Berlin McCoy was standing at the back door, and he shook your hand. He was so happy to see you. Not a single person in that congregation hesitated to welcome us. It's like, okay, we found our church. We may be almost the youngest people in it, but we're going to church here. We joined Antioch in May of '87. One of my favorite things is how people would come over and pray over this building and its ministry. My immediate family, I have my husband, Kevin. We've been married almost 37 years. One of the things I love about my husband is that every steel support in this church has scripture on it that my husband wrote, praying for this church. And a lot of the framing in the walls has those kinds of things where he's written scripture, making this a house of God from the floor up. And I say the floor because part of the book of John is written on the concrete underneath the stage. We have 2 adult children, Paul, who teaches math, and our daughter, Sarah. So they're both high school teachers, like my husband and I. I'm the oldest of 5 children, and I have 4 younger brothers. Family's pretty important to me, and I love spending time with them. My trade, my profession, I am a high school math teacher. I've taught middle school math, high school math, so I'm a math teacher.